Hey y'all, welcome back and happy Thursday. I'm back for another talk about building your brand online, growing your business, and living the kind of life you want to live. That's the reason why we start these businesses, right? So we can create the kind of lives that we want to live. So today I want to talk about three sales sources that you need to pay close attention to in 2024. Now, listen, y'all, I know that sales is uncomfortable. I know that selling can be uncomfortable, it can be scary. Um, it can just be just a very uncomfortable space to be in when it comes to selling, especially for those of you who are like me, you have a background in ministry. When you go from serving in ministry and then you go to selling, that could be a very difficult transition, but you got to sell if you want to live the kind of life you want, right? So we start these businesses so that these businesses are just a way to help us to build our dream lives. Yes, we are called to impact people, we are called to change lives. But guess what? God wants us to have fulfilling lives too. He wants us to have abundance in every areas of our lives. He wants us to prosper even as our souls prosper, right? And so, in turn for you helping people, and then in turn for you changing lives, you get something out of that too, right? So, when it comes to selling, selling is serving, right? And so, I always, when I talk to my clients about selling, I always tell them that selling is serving because sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm doing the free content or I'm giving out this freebie and things like that. That's serving, but selling is also serving because there are some people who are willing to pay or willing to invest to take that next level with you, to go to that next step with you. But what I'm seeing is so many people have these, you have the resources, you have the sources, but you're not tapping into it. So we're going to talk about three sources. Now, there are a lot of ways you can sell. There are so many different wells that you can tap into to sell your products and your programs. But I want to talk about just three of them today, okay? So when it comes to selling, most people are like, well, how do I find my first clients? Where are these people at who have this money and who are willing and able to pay me? I know how that can be when you're first starting out. You're like, where am I going to find my clients? Where am I going to find my people? So let's talk about one source of selling that you can implement and really put some effort into in 2024. Now, a person, I'm all about keeping things simple, and I'm all about that low hanging fruit. Listen, I'm not the person who's overcomplicating things, right? Keep it as simple as you possibly can. So one source where you're going to be able to find clients from in 2024 is in your conversion events. And so if you're wondering, okay, what is a conversion event? So this is when I work with my clients, I talk about some type of launch that they can do. And a launch really is just a marketing campaign. I know when you hear the word launch, it can sound intimidating, it sounds scary, it sounds overwhelming. A launch is simply a marketing campaign. When you're launching something, you're basically implementing a marketing campaign to market yourself and your program or your whatever you're selling. And in many cases, because we're coaches and consultants, in many cases, we are the product. We're selling something that we created, but we're also selling ourselves because we want people to get to know us and feel connected to us because that's why people buy, right? People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. It is a fact, okay? Think about some of the celebrities that you have seen and which ones you buy from. Like I see, when if I, watch TV or if I, see a celebrity that I resonate with or that I'm attracted to in some type of way, whether it's their story, if they tell their story and I feel attracted to that story, then I may feel connected to that person. And in turn, I buy their stuff, right? But there are some celebrities that I just don't resonate with. And in turn, I'm not buying their stuff, right? And so when people feel connected to you, they're more likely to want to invest with you. And so when you host a conversion event or a marketing campaign for your products and services, it's a beautiful opportunity for you to connect with your audience. And I know you see these ads everywhere where people are like, well, I got 10 high ticket clients and I didn't even do a workshop or I didn't even do this or people are bragging about how they were able to do this without even talking to someone. But many times, if people are able to close high ticket sales without talking to any people, it's because they already have a strong brand. Okay. And when you're just starting out, you have to build up that type of strength, that brand power so that people will also buy from you without needing a conversation. I've had people attend a launch of mine and then they don't buy from me until a year later, right? So, and that comes from a year of that person being being connected with my platform and listening to me on Thursdays and getting my emails and talking to them in the DMs, right? And so over time, you build up brand power. And yes, you will have people who have been on your in your platform for years or months, and then they'll finally buy from you without you needing to get on a call with them, right? When you're first starting out, you've got to build up that trust with your audience so that they will click on that link and enroll in your program without you even needing to talk to them. So when you host a conversion event is basically something that you put on, an event that you're going to put on, and you're going to give people the opportunity to connect with you in real time, not just a video recording. Now, I'm not saying, don't do video recordings or don't do a funnel, because I build funnels, right? So I would never tell you not to build a funnel, because I'm a funnel builder. I like to build funnels. I like to launch funnels. Um, Funnels can be very profitable. And if you do it right, I mean, you could you could just have a funnel and just never do anything. Just never see anybody, never talk to anybody. Just keep running your funnel, refreshing your funnel, and relaunching it, and you could make a pretty nice living like that. However, the kind of women that I work with, normally these ladies that I work with, they want to impact lives up close and personal. And the way that you do that is by really giving your audience the opportunity to connect with you live and in real time and get to know you. When people see your face, when they can talk to you, when they can ask you a question and you can respond to that question, that builds trust pretty quickly. And it does it faster than a post or faster than a pre-recorded video. This is why when my clients reach out and they're like, "Well, what do you think? Do you think I should do a when I do a launch? You think I should do like a audio, or you think?" I'm always saying video, right? So many times I'm like, I don't even know why she's asking me, because she knows I'm going to say video, right? Because video builds trust quickly, and you need trust to be able to close the sale. Okay, so conversion events, that's one source where you're going to get people into your programs. So you basically are going to put on an event, you're going to invite as many people as you can, get people to sign up. You're going to teach them something amazing, and then you're going to make them an offer, and then some people are going to join. But I want you to keep in mind, not everybody's going to join that time. You may have people who join at a different time, right? That's something to keep in mind. Maybe not everybody's going to join from that specific launch at that time. They may join in another launch at a later time, launch or conversion event. Remember when I said a conversion event or a launch is just a marketing campaign, right? It's just you putting some planned effort into a campaign to get more people into your program. Okay, so that's one source of sales is your conversion events, your live events that you're going to invite people to and give people the opportunity to get to know you, like you, and trust you. Not only that, you get to know your audience, right? The reason why I know what kind of stuff to talk about is because I know my audience. Because I talk to you guys, you talk to me. We have a relationship, right? And so I know what kind of information you need because you tell me. So the second one I want to talk about, the second source of sales to pay close attention to in 2024 is your network. Your network is probably one of the biggest source of clients that you're probably sleeping on right now. And the reason why I say that is because my clients are a part of my network, and my clients have brought me other clients. And my friends have brought me clients because they know and understand what I do. They're part of my network. Your network can consist of family, friends, current clients, past clients, former coworkers, current coworkers. Your network it consists of all different kinds of people that you may have met in different places. I have people that I know from being in the Navy. I have people that I know from being in church. I have people that I know from being on television. I have people that I know from being in school. And so you build a network of people, and you can tap into that network so that you can find more clients. And so many times when I'm working with my clients, the first thing I help them to do when they do their first launch or their first when they get that first round of clients or sales, I teach them how to tap into the network that they already have so they can get that first round of clients or get that first round of customers or sales. So we start with their network. We start with who they already know. I teach them how to tap in, close those initial sales. And then we go into building mode after that, because the first goal is to always get them some revenue in the door. And I always tell my clients, I'm not here to take your money. I want to help you make money. Yes, you're investing to work with me, but my goal is to help you to make money right away, so that so that you're getting an immediate return on your investment. I've had clients who have, they've taken the steps that I've encouraged them to take, and then they turn around and they're able to pay for their coaching fees from the work that they're doing inside of the program. And if you want to do, and I've done this too in programs as well, where I'm like, okay, I'm investing in this program, but like I got to do the work so I can get a return on the investment so that I can afford to pay for this program. And that's how I've been able to invest, upwards of, $50,000 in my business education, so that I can develop the skills, the knowledge, the acumen that I need to be able to help my clients get to the next level. And so that's something to consider, something to think about. So we start out tapping into that network, helping them get those initial sales. So for me, I pay people when they bring me a new client. So when my clients bring me another client and that person joins my program, I pay them a referral fee of $500. And so that's just me, a nice way of me saying, I appreciate you for bringing this person to me, somebody that I may not have otherwise have found or connected with. Thank you for introducing me to this person who has now become a client. And so, but I'm not saying you have to pay people. That's just something that I do. But you don't, if you have people that who know you, who love you, tap into that source and ask them, hey, do you know anybody who needs help with so and so? Do you know anybody who's looking for assistance with this? You'll be surprised at how many people will be willing to help you, will be willing to share their network with you, or share your post, share your information, introduce you to people. This has been an incredible source of income for me and for some of my peers. So don't sleep on your network. Don't be afraid to ask people if they know of anyone who needs your services. I had a client who got so many requests from her making a post. We worked on this post together in one of our sessions. And so I was on with my clients, all of my clients at the same time in our group session. And as a group, we were typing out a post to share on social media. And one of my clients did the post. She posted it. She got so many leads that she couldn't even keep up with everybody. She ended up closing 9 new clients from one post. Okay. One post with her asking her network, hey, do you know anybody who's looking for help with this? People started sharing, people started introducing her to other people, started connecting her with others. And boom, before you know it, she had 9 new sales. Okay. So don't sleep on your network. And then finally, the third source of sales that I want to talk about, and I've been talking about this for a very long time, so you probably won't be surprised when you hear me say this, is your email list. Now, y'all know I've been preaching about email lists since I don't know how long. I'm always telling you that you need to get your email list up and running. And I'm not just saying that, you guys, just to be saying it, but an email list is a very foundational part of a successful online business. If you don't have an email list, you are not doing online business the right way. You need to have an email list, because that's a way for you to be able to connect with your audience. If you are an expert, if you are a content creator, if you're sharing information, if you're impacting lives, your email list is your way to be able to connect with your audience. Okay, without any depending on any other platforms. For example, you've heard me say this many times over and over again, that we don't own social media. We don't own it. We're just borrowing this. Okay. So right now, if I'm able to speak to you from Facebook or on LinkedIn or on YouTube, if I'm able to speak to you, that's because these platforms have allowed me the space to be able to do that. However, if I wake up tomorrow and YouTube just decided that it wanted to shut down, then I could still close the sale. Why? Because I have an email list, right? And I can email people anytime I want or need to. And so the email list, that's I own that. I own my email list. And so at any given time, I can send an email to my email list. And so regardless of what social media is doing, and I know some of you have seen different platforms shut down. We've had experiences where Instagram is shut down, or TikTok has gone down, or Facebook has shut down for a certain amount of time, or something is malfunctioning, not operating the right way. And so, in those situations, people who depend on these social media platforms aren't able to close a sale because all of their entire audience is on these platforms and only on these platforms. But when you have an email list where you're moving people from Facebook to your email list, you're moving people from LinkedIn to your email list, you're moving people from YouTube to your email list, you have an audience of people that you can sell to anytime you want. You can close a sale anytime you want. If you wake up one day and you're like, you know what, I really want to invest in this program. This program is $50,000. And you know what, I need to launch something so that I can get the money to invest in this program. You could put together an offer and start emailing your list and close sales, right? Okay. Of course, that comes from you nurturing your email list, having a relationship with people who are on your email list and things like that. It's not just like an overnight thing. It takes work, right? That's something I'm always going to be honest with you about. It takes work. It takes deliberate effort. And it takes you really sticking with it and believing that this kind of lifestyle, the kind of money that you want to make, is possible for you. It's available to you, right? So this is the reason why I want to talk about these sources of sales that are available to you. There are more. I just wanted to focus on 3 today, but there are so many different sources that you can pull from to find your first or your next round of clients. Okay, so today we talked about number one sales source not that you want to really pay attention to, right? This is something that you should not ignore in 2024. I didn't even intend to rhyme, but that was that was a total accident. But number one, your conversion events or your marketing campaigns, your live interaction with your audience. Now, if you have experience, if you're already seasoned, then by all means, you can probably put together a funnel. And if you have really strong testimonials from people you work with, you could probably put together a really nice funnel and enroll people into your program like that. However, for my ladies who are just starting in this space, I always encourage you to go live and connect with people in real time so they can get to know you, so you can build that trust. Listen, you could be a first time, you could be launching your business for the very first time and have 5 and 6 figure launches the very first time if you're doing it in a live setting. Why? Because being live gives people the opportunity to connect with you and you get to demonstrate your expertise. This is why those of you who feel stuck, you're stuck, you feel held back, you feel like, well, who's going to listen to me? How am I going to get clients? I'm telling you, a conversion event where you're live is the way to go. It is the way to go because you get to build trust and credibility and connect with people all in one evolution, all in one event. And it's powerful for your brand. And you don't need a whole bunch of like previous testimonials if you do a really nice launch. And this is something that I help my clients to do. So getting live with your audience is a great way to get some new clients. Number 2, your network. Tap into your network. If you are building equity, what I call relationship equity, right? You're building that equity with people. And what I mean by equity is, let me just tell you a story. I had someone who I was friends with a very long time ago. And we were kind of like, we nothing bad had happened between us, but we were kind of like rekindling our relationship, our friendship. So one thing about me, I left home when I was 18. I went to the Navy and I never went back home to live since then. I only go back home to visit. And so I had someone from, when I was growing up and when I was in high school and things like that. And mind you, like I said, I hadn't been home. I haven't lived home since I was 18 years old. And so I was like kind of rekindling a friendship with this person. And they started asking me for things, but not like little things. I mean, like big things. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm like, wait a minute now. Like, they were asking for big things, but we were just now starting to, refuel that relationship. And so for me, the asks, they were a little bit too big for me, right? And so what happens, you guys, is when you start asking for stuff, but you haven't really put anything into the relationship, people in your audience will shut down, because that's what I kind of started doing with this person. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I don't like this person anymore. It was more the lines like, oh my gosh, like I can't even believe that they would ask me that. Like, we're not on that level right now. And so, and obviously maybe that person thought we were, but I didn't think that we were. But the bottom line is, if you're constantly putting into something, you're building equity, right? And so at some point, you can come back, right, and cash in on that equity. And so when you're building, when you're nourishing your audience, when you're constantly providing value, when you're showing up, you're connecting with them, you're building equity, right? So when you turn around and ask for the sale, you're not just asking for the sale out of the blue. You're asking for the sale because you built equity, because you've taken the time to build in this relationship, right? So your network is so powerful because you are putting equity into your network, whether they're friends, family, loved ones, current clients, past clients. Somewhere along the line, you have put equity into this relationship. And so when you turn around and you ask, "Hey, can you introduce me to somebody? Do you know somebody who needs this service? Do you mind sharing my workshop that I've got coming up?" You can cash in on the equity because you've built that up. You built that equity up. Okay, so don't sleep on your network. You'd be surprised at how many people are in your network right now who need your help. But not only that, how many people are in your network who know someone who needs your help, like right now? So I always tell my clients, you probably got 3 to 5 clients who are already in your network right now. They just don't even know that you exist because you've been hiding, right? You've been hiding out and they don't even know that you exist. You've been a secret agent and they don't even know that you exist. But if they knew that you exist, you probably could close 3 to 5 clients right now, whether they're directly connected to you or they're connected to someone who's in your network. And then finally, number 3, your email list. If you do not have an email list yet, you need to get that email list set up. This is, y'all, I'm so serious about this that I don't even really do done for you services anymore. But I offered it to my clients. I'm like, hey, listen, if you guys really, really want to get your email list set up, I will do it for you. And I charge them a very, very low rate. I definitely undercharge them, but I did it because they're my clients and I really, really wanted them to be successful with building their email list. So I put together a done for you service for them saying, hey, listen, I'll set your email list up for you. You need to have your email list, especially going into this new year. You need to have an email list. It's not complicated to set up. I know it can seem overwhelming because some people are just, technically challenged, and that's okay because most most entrepreneurs are technically challenged. I just happen to have a background in tech. So for me, it wasn't it's not as big as a challenge as it is for some entrepreneurs. So I knew that the technology part was a challenge for them. So I said, listen, let me set your email list up for you. And then in addition to that, for some of them, I also spent 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday. We got on Zoom on a Saturday and we spent 5 or 6 hours walking step by step together in setting up their email list. That's how serious I am, y'all, about getting your email list up and running. But then not only just getting it set up, but having a consistent plan where you're focusing on building that list. Okay. So if you need help with getting your email list set up, just shoot me a message. Let's chat about it. Let's chat about how you can get your email list set up. I have recommendations for you, resources that can help you get that thing up and running as soon as possible so that you can kick off the new year with your email list up and ready to go. Well, all right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm doing great. I've only been live for 24 minutes. For those of you who show up and you watch the replays every Thursday, sometimes I could be on here for a very long time. And so today I feel really awesome that we're getting off around about the 25-minute mark. I want to try to bring you this content in bite-sized pieces because you guys know I love to teach and I can go forever. I can go all day talking about this stuff, but I know you don't have all day. So reach out if you have any questions about anything that I talked about, or if you have a topic that you would like to get my opinion on, or hear me talk about, just shoot me a message. You can message me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, any platform you see me on, you can send me a message on, or you could just shoot me an email at info@shantaprince.com. All right, y'all, you have a beautiful Thursday and a blessed weekend, and I'll see you back here next Thursday at the same time in the same place. Have a good one, and I'll see you again soon.